Everything was amazing, romantic, passionate, lots of beautiful words have been said, and then all of a sudden they ghosted you. So in this video we are going to talk why this happens, and I'm gonna share my personal experience when narcissist ghosted me. My name is Darina and I'm doing my psychology postgrad in Australia. Let's get started. When they ghosted you, I bet you already had millions of thoughts about why that could happen. Maybe you did or said something wrong, or maybe something happened to them. But when you still see them online, this thought disappears. However, it leaves you even more confused. What the hell is happening? So at the end of this video, you are going to laugh at how cheap the tricks are and how unnecessary your worries have been related to your self-esteem. So, as I already mentioned, everything begins as a magical fairy tale and moves really fast. You might be hearing the words of love and admiration on the first and second date, and you probably loved it, because when a person is not familiar with the topic of narcissism, they take everything for as it is. So most likely you have been justifying such behavior by their temperament, or that they have really strong feelings for you. Or maybe, let's be honest, you really enjoyed to feel special, because who does not? And you have been like, oh my god, finally someone noticed and actually appreciates how good I am. We all wait for such a person in our life, isn't it? So even if you had some little doubts, you pushed them away because it felt nice. But then the fun part begins. They disappear and stop responding to calls, messages, and so on. But why does that have to bother you so much if it was only a few dates? It hits you that hard exactly because of love bombing. Since if it was just regular dating where things are progressing slowly, you would be like, meh, probably didn't like me enough, which is fine. But when someone said so much so soon and then disappeared, this is when it gets confusing. This is when you call your friend or a girlfriend and scream in the phone, everything was so good, why did they ghost me? So now we approached the ghosting part. Narcissists love using lots of manipulative tricks to either punish you or get whatever they want from you. And the first trick is called a needle. They raise you emotionally super high, let's say plus 100, and then drop you really abruptly, disappearing, which brings you to minus 100. It is like they're putting you on the needle of emotions and adrenaline. And when they take it away from you, you are going to suffer with withdrawals and will do absolutely anything to get it back. That's why when they reappear 2-3 weeks later, the majority of victims, and again, it can be a man or a woman, are going to find absolutely any excuses just to have back what did they have with the narcissist before. These bright and wonderful emotions. But you can say, what's a useless trick? I was happy to be with them anyway. Why they need to do this? The main reason is that they are insecure, revengeful, and manipulative, and they don't want normal, because normal requires risk and they cannot handle it. Rejection is the most painful pill for a narcissist. Therefore, they want to make sure you are going to stay, become attached to them, and fall in love with them, even if they don't really like you and are planning to dispose you a few days later. It does not matter for them. They are using the needle trick to keep your attention at any cost, since this is a boost for their inflated ego. Another reason why a narcissist suddenly disappears is that they want to punish you for disobedience. I can share a personal situation that I think is an immaculate example of this pattern. But before I do so, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps us new creators. So now, story time. This happened to me many years ago when I was young and had absolutely no idea about even the existence of such a term as a narcissist. It was this guy that I met, very charismatic, and all the love bombing thing just started. He literally was super affectionate in front of other people, took me for lunch with his friends and rocked up for a birthday party of my friends, being all charming and sweet with everyone. I was like, whoa, that's so intense, but I was like, maybe in his culture it is normal to act like that. He was from one of the Latin countries. Also, we had few deep conversations, so he shared that he had a period in his life when he would not come back home without a new girl after the party, which is already a huge red flag regarding the narcissistic trauma of this person. However, as I said, I did not relate it since I didn't have a clue. Anyways, all this masquerade was continuing for 4 days. Only 4 days, guys. Remember when I said that everything happens too quick, too soon? So, after 4 days, he started hinting for getting closer. You know what I mean. I am not a prude. However, for me or in my culture, you guys know I was born in Ukraine and live in Australia since 2013. In my culture, it is not appropriate such rapid actions, at least in my circle. So obviously, after rejecting the proposition in a nice manner, making the point it is early to talk about things like that, guess what? He disappeared. Literally nothing. Complete off. Moreover, when I met him at the party next week, he pretended he didn't know me. How's that, guys? So I was so confused because it was so illogical and irrational that my brain just refused to comprehend and desperately tried to search for at least one logical explanation. I asked him for a quick chat during this party and was trying to ask questions, but the answers were so ridiculous, kind of like, "Your energy does not suit my energy," and things like that. Anyways, I left it, and in 3 weeks of ghosting, he texted me like nothing happened at all. And you guys, guess what was in that message? "Do you wanna come over tonight?" Anyways, me as a scientist and researcher who always lived in me was curious about this phenomenon that I was desperately trying to understand, and I went. And guess what? Again, he tried super hard to get me in bed like nothing ever happened. And nothing, of course, happened. Instead, I said, "Look, if you are so keen, let's go and actually do something tomorrow. Let's say go for a day trip or so." And he was like, "Oh my god, yes, amazing idea, sure, let's go." And probably you already know the outcome. He ghosted me again, literally deleted me from all social media and did not say hello when I was bumping into him at different events. Later, he added me and deleted me on social medias on different occasions, back and forth, but I stopped to even pay attention to it. Anyways, let's dissect this story. By this behavior, he was trying to punish me for disobedience, punishing for not getting what he wanted. So, in an ideal scenario in a narcissistic head, this trick had to work, since if a girl is interested, she would agree to the rules, so she won't need to experience such ghosting again and go through this pain again. But as you see, guys, it is in your power to control the situation. Just never be afraid to stick to your values, to what you believe, and never do anything out of fear of losing anyone, because the person that genuinely interested in you won't disappear because you did not sleep with them or did not do what they wanted. They are going to be respectful and patient, and even if your values or desires don't align with theirs, they will find words to have a conversation rather than just disappear. So that's a useful trick to make a narcissist run away. Just break their plan. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time in other videos on psychology of relationship.